Hi there, I'm a hobby carver. I reached the stage with this carving where I need to think about sandpaper in it, and it doesn't really bother me. Once upon a time I used to dread sandpapering. I'm sure most people do, but I've gotten better over the years and I can do it. I almost enjoy it now, in fact. I started off, let me take you through my journey. I started off with regular sandpaper and I hardly ever use them now. All I'd ever do now is cut a slice off to wrap around a stick to poke through a hole. Don't use these now. And I've used an awful lot over the years. I used to throw them away as well when I thought they were worn out, but probably they were just clogged. And if it is looking, well, worn out, it is probably just clogged. And a rubber, an industrial rubber, or just an ordinary pencil eraser will do the trick. Clean it up. The preference now for sandpaper is this foam back stuff, because it'll mould to your fingers, it'll mould to the carving, so you'll get a bigger surface area and you won't get any flat spots. I love Velcro back stuff because there's various hand tools you can employ this with. I started off, I started off making one myself. This is adhesive backed Velcro on a little wooden wedge, and that's a strip of Velcro back paper that I've cut off. You can see how this would work. I just poke it into little crevices where I need to. These are power tools, you can get them anywhere and it's cheap. Get them in different grades. Wouldn't recommend P80. I would start with about 120. I probably wouldn't go higher than 320. If you start really coarse, you'll take a lot of material off, but you might leave grit behind and you'll leave deep scratches, which you then have to chase out with subsequent grits of sandpaper. So 120 up to about 320, and for me that works well enough. After that I would be thinking about wax, varnish, polish. This Velcro enables you to use it on little tools like this. This thing bends and it twists. It's fabulous. Got another one, got another couple here. This is a wedge shaped one. Brilliant. And if you've got paper from a Delta sander, then little triangles on the end probably drop straight onto here when you wear it out. If you haven't clogged it up and declogged it, again that'll bend, it'll twist. Fabulous tool. Another one here, round one. I would use that on maybe the inside of a bowl. I might also use on the inside of a bowl this thing, a French cabinet scraper. I understand the old days guys didn't sandpaper. It was considered sacrilegious to use sandpaper, and they would scrape. Dear me. But that's handy, dead handy. Again, if you're doing a bowl or anything with large concave surfaces. French cabinet scraper. You could also just avoid sandpaper altogether and leave it, can you see, with that flat plain finish. It takes quite a bit of skill to achieve that. I would only ever attempt it or leave it like that on a simple whittling job. There's a bunch of scraps that I've got for this thing, and as I move from one to the other, from lower to better grit, I just do a quick swap. I don't throw anything out, as you see. Bunch of sticks for poking through holes. I would say it's carving stock. Carving starts at the design stage, and if you're going to produce a design, if you captured a design, stolen one from somewhere, borrowed one, and if it's got lots of wee little holes, you're going to have to clean them up at some point. So you can consider modifying your design to do away with them, or just make them bigger so that they're easier to clean up. Instead of relief carving, think about a plaque carving where you're going to go straight through. I do. What's have I got? Oh, here we go. Tacky cloths for a large cloth. These are a fabric It's, as the name tells you, they're slightly tacky, slightly sticky, and they will lift dust off the carving. Obviously, it looks like a one shot, but if you keep them moist, they'll last a few days. Again, on the subject of small holes and how to clean them, wherever it's really unavoidable, then use a needle file. There's any amount of these. There's a diamond one, these are steel ones, but there's one for every profile of hole. So they're cheap. Everything's cheap. To get dust off a carving, old shaving brush, old nail brush. I use this a lot. It's for ladies to dry their nail varnish. Brilliant also for blowing the dust out of crevices on your power tools. Get one, I would. What else have I got? Oh, I started with this in the early days. You can see what that is. Wrap a little strip of sandpaper around it and screw it in. The wedge will keep it captive. But this knocks it for 6, so I wouldn't bother with that. What else now? Oh, the best thing of all. These are ladies' nail files. Double-sided. They twist, they bend. If the end gets chewed up through overuse, just cut yourself a new end. Brilliant. If you need a particular profile to get into a particular blind area, then just cut the profile you need. Fabulous. Wouldn't want to be without those. Get them on a high street, probably at a drugstore. Right. I think I've ran through everything there. That didn't take long, did it? So, good luck, fellas. Where you go.